Right then, let's see if this is working. There's going to be a delay, but we should get it. Very quiet though. What happens if I turn it up a bit? There we go. How about that? Is that better?
How about that? Is that better?
Oh, too much.
Too much.
Plus you're going to get that reverb of about 30 seconds on it. Well, 5 seconds. I wonder how delay it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5-ish seconds delay. Not too bad.
5-ish seconds delay.
Right. 14 minutes to go, so stand by and we'll start shortly. Right, let's get this thing going.
Right, let's get this thing going.
That's good. I'll have to mute it, otherwise I can hear myself. Right, 2 viewers. We haven't started. Good evening. Right, let's make sure I've got everything I need. Pen, log sheet, drink. And I'm going to close the door. Otherwise, we'll have irritating pussycats. Right, what have we got? We've got Twitter on the go. We've got a Just Giving page. We'll TARG. Let's call up Thames Amateur Radio. There we go. Good. Ooh, TARG website's wrong. It is the 19th, not the 16th today. I'll tell you what, I'll correct it. Pages, all pages, front page, quickly edit, it is the 19th, update, there we go, log out, that's better, 19th. So let's just check this works. Yep. And let's just check we've still got audio. Sounds like we do.
Sounds like we do.
White balance is terrible between the two different cameras. That one's awful. Never mind. Well, I wonder if I can change it. Main camera. Video capture device. What have we got? Got 4 minutes. Configure video. Let's change the white balance. That's a bit better. Okay. There we go. Now I can cut between the two and they're not quite as different. Right, radio's on, that's on, that's feeding into there. That's left, that's on. Should be good to go in 3 minutes. There we go, look, you can see the countdown timer. would I change that? Settings. Let's have a quick look. Stream. Right, that's changed the stream. See if YouTube is a bit happier about that. Wait to see if that comes back. Oh, right, 1 minute. Let's get myself organised. Let's switch to that one. Right, I'm going to turn... No, I'm not. I'm going to... In 30 seconds, I'll turn this mic off and you should hear me over the radio. And you get both sides of the audio on the radio that way. Right, that can go off. That can go there. And we can go.
Good evening, this is Golf Bravo 8 Papa Charlie Alpha GB8PCA with the Thames Amateur Radio Friday Night Net. Seeing if anyone would like to join. GB8PCA listening.
Golf 8, Echo Foxtrot Golf. Evening, Andrew.
G8EFG, good evening, Mike. I hope you're well. This is GB8PCA. Let's see if anybody else is there. GB8PCA listening.
Mike 0, India Echo Oscar.
Good evening, Mark. M0IEO, got you on the log. Anybody else, please?
G4, OCB, Golf 4, Oscar, Charlie, Papa, Steve.
Yeah, got you there, Steve. Thank you. G4OCP on the log. And anybody else, please?
G3, Whiskey, Golf Echo.
G3 Whiskey Golf Echo. Thank you very much. Just give, what's the name there, please?
Name is Keith, Kilo Echo India Tango Hotel, QTH Galleywood.
Brilliant, thank you, Keith. Yeah, got you on the log. Anybody else like to join us this evening for this special TARG net using a different call sign, GB8PCA listening? Okay, 4 to get us going, which is good, and I'll explain why I'm using a different call sign for those people that don't know, and then hopefully a few more people will join the net this evening. So, Golf Bravo 8 Papa Charlie Alpha, special event call sign put on by myself, Andrew, M0ONH, and the PCA standing for Prostate Cancer Awareness. This is a sponsored call sign, so every QSO that I log down, I will be donating £1 to Prostate Cancer UK charity. So that's the reason why, as I'm sure some of you know, I am using the different call sign this evening, not the club call sign. Anyway, let's go for a round. Mike, you are top of the list, so G8EFG. This is GB8PCA. Good evening.
GB8PCA, G8EFG. Good evening, Andrew. Steve, Keith. Oh, Mark, you're back, presumably. Good evening to you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it was good seeing you last weekend, actually, Andrew. And you got one more event, I believe. That's correct, after tonight. So I'll keep it short. Back to you, GB8PCA Golf 8 Echo Foxtrot Golf.
G8EFG, GB8PCA, that's right, Mike. One more this weekend, but I'll give details of that one later. And TARG have been very kind to let me run the net this evening using the special event call sign, so hopefully we can get a few more quid in the pot for the charity. Mark, very good evening to you. I hope you've had a good holiday, M0IEO from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from M0IEO. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, everybody else. Yes, I've had a wonderful holiday, mate. All 5 weeks of it, nearly 6 weeks of it, in actual fact. Came back yesterday, so we were in time for tonight's net, being as it's a special event net. So let's hope we can get you a few more QSOs and see if we can get those pounds rolling in. Back to you, Andrew. GB8PCA from M0IEO.
M0IEO from GB8PCA. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can get me for another £1 because you can always give me a call at the end with the club call sign. So that will be another QSO and another £1 that I donate. Well, I can't say thank you enough for coming. It's been a day's worth of holiday that you've sacrificed to be here this evening. So very much appreciate that. And obviously joining the net, and that's £1. So thank you very much. Steve, G4OCP from Golf Bravo 8. Papa Charlie Alpha, good evening.
GB8PCA from G4OCP. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mike. And hi, Keith. Very nice to hear you on as well, Keith. I hope you continue to feel stronger every day. Yeah, Andrew, I'm just curious. How many event stations have you now done? How's the fundraising going? Is it going well? I've got very little to add apart from that. Back to you, Andrew. G8PCA from G4OCP.
G4OCP from Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha. Yeah, it's been going immensely well. I've been very humbled by the generosity of people that have donated on the Just Giving page and people that have come along to the events and put money into the tin. You are on the log, Steve, as number 105. So it's £105 that have been raised from having QSOs. And as I say, I've got another portable event this weekend, so hopefully that I can double that. I'm going to try and get to 200 from this weekend. Did have a pile up last weekend when I did it in the morning, and I got about 80 added to the list last weekend. So I've done 3 or 4 events. We did the launch night on a Monday, we did Sears on a Tuesday, we did the Saturday at Hackspace. We're doing the TARG net this evening, and then on Sunday, and I'll give details about what's happening on Sunday later. If anybody is interested, I'm also streaming this live on YouTube this evening. There is a link on the TARG website. It's also on qrz.com under GB8PCA, and I've tweeted it as well. So there's lots of ways to get to that. We've got 4 people watching at the moment, and hopefully there's been quite a few retweets of that, so hopefully we'll get a few more people. So good evening to everybody that is listening and watching on YouTube. If you let me know if there's any problems in the chat room with the audio, and I will try and play around with it and see whether or not I can get it better. Anyway, Keith, you're next on the list. G3 Whiskey Golf Echo, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, G3 Whiskey Golf Echo. You'll find that, Andrew. Many thanks for putting it around to me. I do appreciate having the chat with you. I just wanted to say many congratulations and well done for going ahead with this brilliant scheme. And I hope it's really successful. You deserve it. You've done really well, and it's good to see you well on the way to a full recovery. So that's just great. Hope to see you up on Gallywood Common again one of these days, Andrew, for a little chat, as sometimes do. You may remember me, I don't know, but I'm the what do you say, Steve? The quite unassuming one. Break. A GB8PCA, G3 Whiskey Golf Echo.
G3 Whiskey Golf Echo from GB8PCA. Well, thank you very much indeed. Yes, I am very fortunate when it comes to the prostate cancer. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer at the start of this year. I had surgery at the end of April, and I'm very, very lucky that it was caught early, and currently in full remission. So my last blood test, which was about a month ago now, showed no signs of any, the PSA level, which is what's used to measure whether there's any prostate cancer left in your body, and that's undetectable. So as long as it stays there for the next 5 years, then that's pretty much it. So very lucky that it was called early, and yeah, I feel very, very fortunate and lucky. So there we are. But that's the point of this evening, and the call sign is prostate cancer awareness. It is about raising that awareness and making sure that men feel comfortable talking about these sorts of things, which they don't normally do. And listen. The only thing I would say is listen to your body, and if it changes, then go and talk to your doctor. Right, bottom of the list that we've got so far. Let's see if anybody else wishes to join, and then we'll go back to the top. So this is Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha. Listening for anybody else who would like to join us this evening with the Thames Amateur Radio Friday Night Now.
GB8PCA, M7SDA. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, everybody.
How are you, Andrew? You seem to be kicking. I've been kicking, and you seem to be doing well. Well, wishing you the best of luck.
Brilliant, thank you very much. There were 2 stations there. Albury, I got you. I think you might have doubled with the other station. I didn't catch the call sign. What was the other station's call sign, please?
M0LMR.
Hotel Alternative, Nigel.
Okay, got Dorothy doubled with you again. The other station that wished me well, what was their call sign, please?
0 Julia Bravo Yankee.
Juliet Bravo Yankee, yeah, I think it's, is it Golf 4, is that right?
0 Julia Bravo Yankee.
Yeah, got you there. Thank you very much. It's Elliot, isn't it? Yep, got you on there. G0JBY. Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Anybody else, please? I've got Albury, Dorothy, and Elliot.
0JOZ.
Charlie Hotel Alternative, Nigel.
M0J. What was it? I know it's you, Joe. Is it JOZ?
Mike 0, India Charlie Hotel, Alternative, Nigel. Over.
Excellent. Okay, yep, got you as well, Nigel, at your alternative, M0ICH. And Joe, was you, is it, go give me your call sign for me. I think I wrote it down wrong.
Andrew, Mike 0 Juliet Oscar Zulu.
Perfect. No, I didn't get it wrong. I got it right. M0JOZ. Thank you very much, Joe. Good evening to you. Anybody else like to join?
Mike 5, Yankee Romeo Golf, Gary.
Gary, good evening. M5YRG. Got you on the list. Good. Anybody else, please? Okay, and just adding up, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. Perfect. Right. Who was first? It was Albury, M7SDA. Very good evening, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, M7SDA. Wow, what a lot of people on the net tonight. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, everybody. And congratulations once again, Andrew. Don't know how many times I'll congratulate you, but it can never be enough. Doing a fantastic job. GB8PCA, M7SDA.
M7SDA from GB8PCA. Very good evening, Aubrey. Yeah, I put all the, I've been writing things down on sheets as I'm showing on YouTube, and I transferred them to an Excel spreadsheet today from the other events, and I'm going to do a pivot table at the end on call signs so I can work out who's cost me the most money, and I think you're probably near the top, Aubrey, but very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. M0LMR. From GB8PCA. Good evening, Dorothy.
GB
GB8PCA M0LM. I'll wave to you, but you can't see me. But there you go, because Richard's watching you on the YouTube thing anyway. So, oh, hi, hello. It's slightly delayed, isn't it, apparently? So, yeah, Richard's over there watching and listening to you on there. Yeah, been a good day today. Been to cinema today. Watched, yes, I know it's the ones that have gone bust or going bust, which are admins. The Cinewells, we've got the unlimited passes. Went to see the new film, the Fisherman's Friend, the new one, the second one's come out. Really good, really enjoyed. Lots of sea shanties in there and a good story. So really good day today. Doing that, bit of shopping, chilling out, and yeah, isn't it nice? It's a bit more cooler now, not such awful stifling heat. You can actually move around and not like sweating your bits and pieces off kind of thing, and it's much better. But yeah, this is all a good cause. I'm glad it's all going well, getting lots of contacts for you, and raising awareness, and you're doing your bit to say thank you to everyone who's helped you and help the fight. So well done, Andrew, fantastic. Back to you, GB8PCA from M0LMR.
M0LMR, thank you very much, and nice to see Richard in the chat. It's sounding fine here, so at least I know the little setup I've got working here, which I'll explain what I've got. 2 radios, a mixing desk, 2 computers, feeding audio in and streaming it out on YouTube, so I'm glad it's working well. And you've got 7 people watching now, so hopefully it's not the 7 people that are on the room. We've got some other people as well, further afield, watching. Say hello if you want in the chat room. Right, thanks Dorothy. G0JBY, very good evening to you from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, this is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee. All I can do is echo all the best from that everybody has wished you, Andrew, and keep it going. This is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee.
G0JBY from GB8PCA, appreciated, and as I say, this process has been very humbling for, as I say, the amount of support that's received at the events and from clubs such as TARG this evening, but I'll say thank you later on as we get round back up to Mark and Nigel. Joe. I nearly jumped over you. Joe, apologies. M0JOZ. Very good evening to you, and I think you heard me on 40 metres last weekend. Is that right? M0JOZ, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from M0JOZ. Very good evening, Andrew. Good evening, everyone. Yes, and congratulations on the special event station, and sounds like you're doing really well. With contacts, I did hear you, and obviously you got Gary's text message. I was calling out on 40 metres. Obviously the skip was a little bit too short. We were at Hastings, I believe it was, on Saturday, our usual haunt on Fairlight Cliffs, and it wasn't particularly clear signal, but I did hear you, and I was trying to work you, so nice to be able to work you this evening. And yes, I think the last station was possibly at M0JBY, but not sure about that. I won't waffle any longer. Back to you, Andrew. GB8PCA from M0JOZ.
Quite possibly I got it wrong, Joe. Who knows? We'll find out on the next one round. Thank you. M0JZ from GB8PCA. Nigel, very good evening to you, sir. /A. So you're obviously at a different location and obviously being able to make it into DA this evening. So very good evening to you, M0ICH/A, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from Mike 0 India Charlie Hotel Alternative. Calling you from Colchester and watching you live on my mobile phone, on my balance on my knee on YouTube, all very impressive. You mentioned the PSA tests. I had a PSA test done at my doctor. I just asked for it. I didn't have any symptoms. I just asked for it outright. They're not offered they're not offered like an optional thing, like mammograms are for the females. I just wondered if you have any views on whether or not more people should be asking for PCA tests when they visit their doctors. That's the question. Back to you, Andrew. And I did see you wave. I can't wave back, unfortunately. So, Mike 0 India Charlie Hotel Alternative returning GB8PCA.
M0ICH alternative, GB8PCA. Well, it's a very interesting point. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I've been very careful not to do is give any kind of medical advice. All I can do is give my personal experiences of it, because I'm not a doctor, but, you know, other doctors are available. I mean, absolutely. I think anybody that has any concerns whatsoever, for me personally, I had started to notice a change in the way I was going for a wee, and after going to the toilet, I was feeling very quickly afterwards that I needed to go back to the toilet, and it was a change, and it happened quite rapidly, the onset of that, and I left it for probably a month at the start, as you do, because you think, well, it's probably nothing. You know, it might be just an infection, or I'm dehydrated or something, and it'll go away by itself. It didn't, so that's at the point I went to my doctor and was then offered the PCA test, but they offered it to me. But yes, of a certain age, I think everybody should have them. I know certainly in America they recommend everybody over the age of 40 gets it. The problem is that a PCA reading by itself doesn't really tell you much. Mine was never high. Mine never went above 3.8, which is actually really low, but they found 2 tumours. So there's a lot of other factors there. So it's a double-edged sword, as is everything with medical. It's nothing black and white, but it's a very good point to raise, Nigel. So I hope yours is all okay. And if you get any questions about it, feel free to ask me. Right. In case I've timed out. M5YRG, Gary, very good evening to you from Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha.
GB8PCA, M5YRG, well, good evening, Andrew, and everyone else on the net tonight. Just to reflect what Joe and everyone else is saying, well, fair play to you, Andrew. Good, keep up with good work, good efforts. It's very commendable what you're doing. And, so Joe's just trying to say, in the background, she doesn't do lip reading very well, but I say good luck to you all. And if we give me back a fair light tomorrow as well, so we might try and set up a sked if you like, and do the exact way. And Nigel, you're coming in as well with Kentland. I heard you on the input of the repeater, so you're doing very well from where you are to the northwest Kent. Back to you, Andrew, keep it short. GB8PCA, M5YRG.
M5YRG, GB8PCA, brilliant, thank you, Gary. And yep, I can't quite get you on the input because I've had to desense my radio that's on input, just so that the setup here that I'm streaming the audio feed in. So I'm transmitting on my Icom 705 to DA. I've got my ID52, which is sat in the corner, which is on the input frequency, feeding into a mixing board. The output from the mixing board is going into USB into the computer, and that's then streaming to YouTube. So that's how you can hear both sides of the radio this evening if you're watching YouTube. So there we go. Right, let's go back to the top and go for a round, and then we'll see if anybody else wants to join for the end. But GAEFG, back to you, Mike, from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from G8EFG. Okay, yeah, I'm watching on YouTube, but I must admit the delay is quite entertaining. But yeah, no, it's going well tonight, and I hope you can get to the 200 minimum. Let's see if we can get a few more on tonight. So I'll put it back to you. GB8PCA, Golf 8, Echo Foxtrot Golf.
GAEFG, GB8PCA, thank you very much, Mike. Yes, we're up to, well, in total I'm at 112 now, so that's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 this evening on the net, so that's another 10 at least, and well, I'm sure we'll get some more when we get to the bottom, and Mark can call in with the club call, so that'll be another £1. I'm just doing a bit of toasting up. The Just Giving page is currently running at £670, which is phenomenal, plus the 112 from the QSOs. I'm guesstimating there's probably just over £100 that have been donated into the tin for people that have taken pins and wristbands and things from me, as well as just making donations. So I think we're over 900 quid. So I believe that come Saturday we're going to hit the target, and if we don't, I'm going to round it up to the target anyway. So that's, you know, I'm absolutely gobsmacked at the amount of support that's been. And that's perfect timing for me to say, I have to say a massive thank you to Mark and to TARG, who have pledged £50 to the charity as well, which I'm going to put into the Just Giving page. So that's absolutely brilliant. I can't say thank you enough to everybody at the club who has made that happen. So M0IEO, a very humble GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from Mike Zero, India Echo Oscar. I will give you a call towards the end, but using the club call sign, Andrew, just get another pound in the tin for you. And I hate odd figures, so I'll round it up to the 120 for you from my own. So with that, let's see if we can get some more people on the call and get some more money in the tin for you. GB8PCA from Mike Zero, India Echo Oscar.
M0IEO, Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha. Thank you very much, Mark. That's brilliant. And yeah, give me a call at the end, because that'll be another one we can put in, which is fantastic. Steve, G4OCP from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from G4OCP. Yeah, just to say thank you to your comments to Nigel. Interestingly enough, my golfing buddy got diagnosed with prostate cancer earlier this year, a bit like yourself, but opposite way round in terms of symptoms. No outward change in urinary function, but a change in PSA, and that led to the discovery of a tumour. So you're quite right. It's very strange how it affects individuals, and if you've got a chance for a PCA test, go for it, but don't think it's the last answer. GB8PCA from G4OCP.
G4OCP from GB8PCA. Yeah, it's a very strange thing, because it's there can be no symptoms whatsoever, and that is, I guess, as Nigel and you've just raised, is the importance of maybe asking for a PCA test, and you know, at least it's an early indicator. My first PCA was only 2.8, which, no, 2.3, I beg your pardon, 2.3. What was it, 2.8? 2.8 or 2.3. Below 3 anyway, which is very low. So I was kind of advised, well, let us know in 6 months if it still happens. Fortunately for me, I've got, through my work, I've got private healthcare, and at the end, towards the end of last year, I had just had a full MOT, effectively, where they tested lots of different things, including taking my PSA level again, and it had gone up slightly. So I went to see a urologist, and we did a barrage of other tests, and a few months had passed, and they tested again. That's when it got up to 3.8. So then I was going for an MRI. The MRI allows them to measure the size of your prostate, because they want to know whether it's enlarged at all, which happens to men as they get older sometimes. And if you've got an enlarged prostate with a low PSA reading of 3.8, it's not very high. It's called the PSA density. But my prostate was actually very small, so 3.8 was a high reading, and that's why then I went for the biopsy where they found the tumours, and I elected to have the treatment for it. So yeah, it's. I mean, GB8. Look, 8 is the fact that 1 in 8 men in the UK will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. And quite a lot of those, just in case of time out, quite a lot of those will have no symptoms. They'll never have a problem with prostate cancer. They won't need any treatment for it, and it won't shorten their life in any way. They'll die with prostate cancer. They won't die from prostate cancer. So it is still scary when it happens. But you know, I'm living proof that if you catch it early, it can be treated. Thanks, Steve. G3WGE, Keith, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, G3 Whiskey Golf Echo, fine, thank you. And yeah, all okay on what you've been saying there. Yeah, I've had 3 or 4 PSA tests, I guess, over the last 10 years. About a couple of months ago, I had a hernia operation, and the guy said, actually, I have quite a enlarged prostate. But he said, that's okay, as you said, I'm 75 next month, or in October, so it's quite normal. But I am seeing a urologist tomorrow about something related to that other operation I had, a consequence. And I might just pop the question to him while I'm there. I've been making some notes of what I need to say. But as you say, never be afraid to ask the questions. And, Andrew, I was going to say to you, if you want to increase the score by another one, possibly by 2, if Steve will oblige, are you taking CW QSOs? Break?
G3 Whiskey Golf Echo GB8PCA, as much as I would love to, it's all dits and dars to me, I'm afraid. It's not something I've got round to doing. It's been on the list, but it's not something I've learned, so I wouldn't be able to do a CW one as much as I would love to have done. And I will do at some point, but yeah, I haven't had the mental capacity to do that this year. So yeah, and I was going to do it last year, and then COVID and everything happened. But I'm making excuses. I can't do CW, I'm afraid, Keith. But thanks for the offer. Yes, absolutely. Ask the questions, and if anybody wants just to go offline and have a look at a lot of information, Prostate Cancer UK website. They've got a fantastic array of information all about prostate cancer. Things to ask your doctor, things to note down. You can print off charts and things so you can keep your own logs. Prostate Cancer UK website. That is the charity, in fact, that I'm donating to because they've been a great help to me. So yeah, Prostate Cancer UK, put it into Google, you'll find the website, and there's a load of information on there. M7SDA, Albury, over to you, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, M7SDA returning. Yes, well, there's a lot. Actually, I've read up a little bit about it, and I do know a few people who've had the prostate problem themselves. Of course, my friend Pete, M7KTT, he came along to the hack space the other day to show his support because he's in the same situation. I believe he still has got problems with it. So, yes, the more people read up on it and make sure you're aware and not leave anything. This is the thing. People think, oh, it'll go away. But sometimes it doesn't. So even if you've got doubts, you get down your doctor. That's what they're there for. That's what they're paid for. If you can get into the doctor, that is, of course. My surgery seems to have improved recently. I've got an appointment at the asthma clinic shortly because my asthma's a bit up and down at the moment. So, like I say, the thing is not to leave it. Okay, thanks, GB8PCA, M7SDA.
M7SDA, GB8PCA, thank you very much indeed. And yeah, getting into the doctor, that's the tricky bit, isn't it? But, you know, if you've got any concerns, book it in. If even it takes you 2, 3, 4 weeks to get it done, at least you're in. And you're absolutely right. It's a bit like toothache. I always say never leave a toothache. It's not going to heal itself. It's only going to get worse. The longer you leave it, the more invasive the treatment you're going to have. And absolutely the same way with any kind of cancer. You know, skin cancer, breast cancer, testicular cancer, all of the you know, lung cancer, all of them. But go and see your doctor and get the check, set your mind at rest, and carry on with your life. So yeah, absolutely, don't leave it. It's like a bad tooth. M0LMR. From GB8PCA, and the QRM can jump on as well, and cost me £1, can't it? Over to you, Dorothy.
GB8PCA M0LMI, he said the QRM can jump in, but yeah, so I didn't want to jump in, but when he calls out again, yeah. Yeah, no, you did write about lumps and bumps and things, and skin cancer as well, as you say, but I did the same in my doctor a while ago. He sent off a picture to the dermatology thing in Basildon. Then we had appointments, she did all the checks and asked the questions, and then next Thursday, I think it is, over to Canvey for the wherever it is, and to the biopsy, take it away next on Thursday on the one under my eye, which I didn't even know it was one. It's been there a long while. I just thought it was a lump bump getting old like you do. It's only when Dan and Richard both said a month or two back or so, it's changed. They both said, what's that under your eye? So it's always been there. So if they're saying they've noticed it, it must have changed. So that's why I then contacted my doctor, and yeah, so I'm getting it hopefully removed on Thursday next week. So yeah, so it should be okay. far as I can tell, it's one of the good kind. But of course, nobody knows till you have the biopsy and get the results. But I'm pretty sure it's been all these years, nothing's happened, so it should be okay. But yeah, like any bumps, lumps, any time, you know, like you say, like bad toothache, it won't go away. Get them checked, it's, you know, to put your mind at rest, if nothing else. But yeah, so that's all good. Yeah, COVID, I still haven't had it yet. I must one a few people haven't. But yeah, still I had COVID since it was mentioned earlier. So yeah, that's me. Back to you. GB8PCA from M0LMR, and Richard waiting in the wings for when you call out again.
Andrew?
Go ahead, Mark.
You had G4EOR calling you during Dorothy's over. I don't know whether you got that one or not. Over?
I didn't. G4OER, was it?
G4 Echo Oscar Romeo. G4EOR.
Yeah, it was bound to get it around the wrong way. Okay, yeah, brilliant, thank you. I shall, what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and then I'll put a call out, and I'll also call in G4EOR. Thank you very much. I didn't hear that one. Thanks, Dorothy, and yeah, you're absolutely right. It's about the change, isn't it? You know, we all have these little bumps, lumps, marks, and peculiarities in our body, but the alarm bell should start ringing if things start to change. That's the key. Thanks to you, and yeah, Richard on standby. Is it right? Let's find out. Did I write it down right or wrong, Elliot? Is it M0JBY or G0JBY from GB8PCA?
It's GB0PCA. This is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee. Even I forgot it then.
Yeah, there we go. It was Joe that pointed out I was saying it wrong, so at least I've written it down now right. Thanks, Elliot. Go ahead with your over. M0JBY.
Interesting. This is GB8PCA. This is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee. Yeah, it's interesting listening to people talking. It's fortunately I haven't noticed anything peculiar with me. Well, not myself, anyhow. But listening to people and yourself talking about things, so it does make you aware of, to make sure that you are paying attention to your body. So it has helped in the way that it's making me pay more attention. This is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee, returning to GB0PCA. Thanks, Ender.
M0JBY GB8PCA. Yeah, thanks, Elliot. And yeah, well, that's the key. That's the whole reason. That makes me very, very happy to hear. That is one of the key reasons that I decided to put this special event call sign on in August. Prostate cancer awareness, raise that awareness, and if it helps one person, I feel that my job is done. And of course, we've raised a not insignificant amount of money for the charity. So we actually made the press this week. The Essex Live website, which also goes in the Essex Chronicle. There was a really good piece written about amateur radio operator beats cancer, and yeah, there's a link to that on the. I think I've put it on the I might have to have a look. I think I'll put it on the QRZ page. If I haven't, I will do at the end of the net. So I'll make a note. News link. Definitely tweeted it and things, but I'll put the news link onto the QRZ page if anybody hasn't seen that. It's a really good bit of press. There we go. Right, that was Keith. So M7SDA, Albury, GB8PCA. No, sorry. Ignore me. I've got my pen in the wrong place. It's Joe next. M0JOZ. Not only did I get the previous call wrong, which you corrected me, I then missed you. Joe, over to you.
GB8PCA from M0JOZ. Well, yeah, echo what everyone else has said, Andrew. Yeah, glad you caught it early. It's scary, the statistics. I think you said the statistics 1 in 8. I think it's the same for breast cancer, and yeah, it's no longer about risk factors. It's just about are you lucky or not. But yeah, catching it early is definitely key.
I've completely derailed myself, but I won't waffle any longer. GB8PCA from M0JOZ.
M0JOZ from GB8PCA. It's okay, I got derailed on the last one as well. Trying to do too many things. Look at the site, watching myself in delay on YouTube, and yeah, there's lots going on. But there we are. Thanks, Joe. M0ICHA from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from Mike India Charlie Hotel Alternative from Colchester. Andrew, this evening you've given loads and loads of really useful advice, and there's been some really good conversations happening. There's a load of links and additional information on your QRZ page you mentioned earlier. Will this video be, will the YouTube still be available to watch after you finish this evening, or is it just a live stream only? Can people come back to it and watch it again so they can pick up on some of the points? It'll be interesting to know the answer to that one. I'll pass it back to you. GB8PCA from Mike India Charlie Hotel Alternative.
M0ICH Alternative, GB8PCA. Always with the good questions, Nigel. Yes, indeed, this will be forever and a day until I delete it, available on YouTube under my channel. Yep, you can use the same link to get to it. It will be available to as what they call replay, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I will put the link to this one. I think the link from the one I did at the Essex Hackspace on the first Monday we launched is still available, and I will make this one available as well. So if you want to link it on the website, please feel free to do so. It's public domain, so anyone can use it if they wish. So yeah, good question, and the answer is yes. M5YRG, the last one on the current list, and then we'll put a call out, and I know there's one person waiting at least. GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, M5YRG. Well, again, I agree with you, Andrew, and everything you say. Again, thanks for the advice you've been given. It's always important to listen to yourself and listen to warning signs, etc., because what may seem something so innocuous could be something a little bit more. But fortunately, nowadays it's able to be caught and treated, and all things all good, better than later. You know, better prevention rather than cure, really, isn't it? Before it goes too far. I don't know what else to say, Terry, because you get on most of all the subjects we covered tonight, but congratulations on what you've done. It's you have shone a light on what can be a sensitive subject, put it that way, and not many people like to talk about it, but you have put it in the public domain sort of thing, and it's all fair play to you. GB8PCA, M5YRG.
M5YRG, GB8PCA. Thank you very much, Gary. Yes, it was tricky even for me at the start, but you very quickly lose that inhibition when you go something through like this. And as I say, for me, talking about it, if I can share my story, which I have done on my website, for those who want to read all the details, it's there in all its glory. If it helps one person sort of go, oh, I've been worried about that, I really should go to my doctor, and they do, then my work is done, as I say. Right, that's the bottom of the list. I know there's one person waiting. I think Pete's there. G4EOR. This is GB8PCA. G4EOR, Echo Oscar Romeo. This is Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha. Okay, not hearing anything through DA. Is anyone else getting him?
4EOR, G4EOR from GB8PCA. Your turn, either.
No, nothing heard of this time. Maybe couldn't wait. Maybe I'll come back. Let's put a call out, see if anybody else would like to join us this evening. So this is the Thames Amateur Radio Friday Night Net with a special event call sign this evening of Golf Bravo 8 Papa Charlie Alpha listening.
M7KTT, good evening, Andrew.
M7KTT, very good evening to you. Anybody else, please?
G7OED 114.
G7OED, thank you very much, Richard. Anybody there? I think there was another station there, so anybody, any other callers, please?
3 Zulu, Japan Zulu, G3ZJZ.
G3ZJZ, got you on the list. Anybody else, please? Okay, there was a station calling, very, very low audio, so give it another go, try shouting into the mic. Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha, I'm very sorry you are just opening the repeater on and off, but the audio is not making it through. I can't make out the call sign, so I'll see if anybody else is there. Double check your antenna connections and crank up the power if you're able to under your license, and give it another go in a second. GB8PCA, listening for anybody else.
Break Andrew, YRG.
YRG, go ahead.
Andrew, just quickly, I can hear that last station trying to get in on the reverse input, so it's obviously closer to being about an S5 signal.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I couldn't make out the call sign. Did you get the call sign?
Over the top of it.
Okie doke. Right, well, we'll see whether we can get in, back in on the next one. Any other callers before we go through those three? This is GB8PCA. Okay, thank you very much. So Pete didn't answer, so that was a no, but we'll try him again in the book before I go back to the top. M7KTT, very good evening to you, from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from M7KTT. Yeah, good evening, Andrew. We did meet up at Hackspace last week, actually. I'm a fellow prostate sufferer. I had all the treatment. You know, the usual a month of radiotherapy, the brachytherapy. They seem to have got rid of the actual cancer in the prostate, but they didn't get some of the lymph nodes, so I'm permanently on 3 monthly hormone injections, which don't really agree with me. I mean, the hot flashes are absolutely awful, but there we go. I don't get any sympathy from the ladies. They all say, oh, well, you know what we have to go through next. At least I'm alive. But, you know, the frightening thing is, I still really wouldn't know that I had prostate cancer. You know, the only reason this was all discovered, I went to the GP because I was getting up in the night 3 or 4 times, you know, for the usual pee. And he said, oh, well, you better have a PSA test. And it just went on from there. But I mean, I've really never had any sort of symptoms at all, other than getting up in the night, which I still do. So that is really the frightening thing about it. Had I not gone to the GP, you know, you really don't know. So you know, since I've had that, I've advised all my friends and, you know, people, men that I've met, and you know, if the conversations come up, sort of thing, go to your GP and have a PCA test. Don't leave it. Even somebody as young as you've discovered. I mean, I'm 78, so I know it happens a lot with the older generation. So, but keep up the good work, sir. You're really doing absolute wonders. So I really do admire you for what you're doing, because you're probably not feeling 100% yourself, because I gather you're still having treatment. More power to your elbow, sir. So anyway, I won't hold it. There's a few others wanting to come on. So GB8PCA from M7KTT. Cheers, Andrew.
M7KTT from GB8PCA. Yes, good evening, Peter, and thank you so much for coming up to the Hackspace last weekend. I think it was last weekend, or was it the Monday? I can't remember which day it was. I think it was last weekend. It was great to see you, and yeah, well, I know we talked about your treatments and the side effects, and yeah, you know, I had the surgery. There are risks associated with having the surgery, as with any surgery. I've been very lucky. I obviously picked a very good surgeon. You know, I've two of the I won't go into too much detail on the air because I don't know who else is listening and might not want to listen. Details are on the website if you want to read them, but the two things that could happen are sexual performance, and we'll call it that. I've had no issues there, fortunately, and incontinence, involuntary incontinence. And again, I've been very fortunate. The surgeon did something called rectusparing, so they save all the nerves around the bladder, and I've not had any incontinence at all. So I've been very, very lucky. You know, like you say, what's the alternative? And being dead is not a great alternative. So. Listen, I hope the treatments, the side effects are not too bad for you as you go forward, and as long as it's being effective, then that's the main thing. Thanks, Peter. G7OED, Richard, very good evening to you from GB8PCA.
Hey, GB8PCA, G7OED. Like yourself, I'd just like to say to everyone, if in doubt, get it checked. Early 1984, we found out my mum had had a lump for a year. And she just hoped it'd go away. She died on Easter Sunday 1985, age 43, because she didn't get a lump checked because she was too embarrassed to go to the doctors. 1996, I had a lump, worst 10 days of my life, and they said to me, it's a cyst. But I've been there. I also had the old-fashioned prostate exam. Wasn't over keen on it, but at the same time, doctors have seen it all before. If you don't know, go to the doctors, unless you want to know like my mum. It's sticking your head in the sand and hoping it will go away. It just makes you more liable to die. I hate to sound depressive, but that's it. If you get something and it ain't right, go to the doctors. GB8PCA from G7OED.
G7OED, echoing everything I've said, GB8PCA, absolutely. Go and get it checked and get it dealt with. Otherwise it becomes that root canal treatment you have to have. Thanks, Richard. John, G3ZJZ, GB8PCA, very good evening.
Good evening to everybody from G3ZJZ. I did see up at the Sears Club and I was reading the little leaflets you had there, and unfortunately, I've got all the symptoms, and they are started to investigate it. I had a cancer op in November last year, and they found that I've got an enlarged prostate. But trying to get the urology department to do something about it seems to have been hitting a big brick wall. Went to see the oncologist the week before last. And he said, I'll chase up the urology department. He says, you get on to your GP and get a PCA test done. He says, and we'll see what we can get sorted out. Well, he's done his bit. I've got an appointment now with the urology department. But to try and get past my GP, no go. They flatly refuse to give me a PCA test unless they have a letter from the hospital. Of course, the oncologist was asking me to get that sorted separately. So, bit of brick wall there, but anyway, not to worry. Hopefully everything will be okay, and not suffering any pain or anything. Only the symptoms, which we all get. Anyway, stop moaning, John, and pass it back to you from G3ZJZ.
G3ZJZ from GB8PCA. I don't think it's moaning at all, John. I think it's important to air these things, and a problem shared is a problem halved and all that. I would, personally, I would phone my doctors and ask to speak to the patient liaison officer or whoever they deal with, or one of the partners, if that's the case. But that's me personally. Obviously, you know your GP and you know what's happening for yourself. But yeah, that doesn't sound right to me, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, at least you are seeing people and getting them checked out. BHP, benign prostate hyperplasty, or enlarged prostate. It happens to a lot of people. That can be what triggers having to get up in the night and go for a wee as you get older as a man, because the prostate gets bigger, it presses on the bladder, so your bladder feels full sooner, and that's why. And it's benign. It's not a cancerous. It's not anything to worry about. It can be dealt with. They tried me on some medication at the beginning because that's what they thought it was. And obviously it didn't work for me because that wasn't the root cause of it. But yeah, there are I know that there are non-invasive treatments for that, and it can be managed with just a pill a day. And as we get older, we tend to rattle with all the pills that we're on, don't we? So there we are. Right, that is the bottom of the list. Just looking at the time, so we'll go out and do one more, and then we'll see what the time's when we get to the bottom of how we're feeling. G8EFG, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, G8EFG, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I think you achieved your aim tonight is to get everybody talking about it, the prostate cancer awareness. It is, and I'm sure you agree, it's a well-treatable one these days. We know John was out there last Saturday before MCU suffered it, and my late father did, and he was cleared. Unfortunately, he passed away, but not long afterwards. But that's neither. The main thing is it's well treatable, and you've achieved your aims tonight of getting everybody talking about it. That's the main thing. Back to you, GB8PCA, G8EFG.
G8EFG, GB8PCA, yes, and the treatments that you can get these days, even getting, as someone said, I'd rather have got cancer now than 5 years ago, because the treatments come a long, long way. It used to be, full open abdominal surgery, and now it's done with laparoscopically, and I had robot assisted, so I had what's called the Da Vinci machine, and if you're wondering what that thing looks like, it looks like the robot off of what was it? Danger Will Robinson. Great big, proddy things that were going in. Lots. I've got 6 or 7 little scar marks, but recovery was much, much quicker from that. So, and there are other treatments. It doesn't have to be surgery. It doesn't have to be radiation. There are lots of other things, ablation, and they just give you some local anaesthetic or general, and put some needles in and zap it with electricity. So it's done in a day. You go home the same day. There's lots of different treatments, so it's all positive steps forward for treatment of cancer. Thanks, Mike, M0IEO, Mark, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from Mike 0, India Echo Oscar. First of all, I've had a message from Nigel. He's had to go QRT. He's away camping this weekend and running on batteries, and he needs some battery power left for this evening. My answer to that was you should have taken a second battery, but hey-ho, there you go. World of experience in camping this end. Right, yes, you were saying about how far the treatment's come in 5 years. It would be nice to think that in another 5, possibly 10 years, that treatment won't be necessary for anybody. That's certainly the hope, but I don't know what the chances of that are at the moment, but it's certainly the way progress is going with medicine, I would certainly say that's probably a very real hope. Over.
Yeah, M0IEO, GB8PCA, absolutely, Mark. And there are some amazing results coming out recently from genome therapy. So the medicine is targeted to your specific DNA, and there's been actually a few people cured of cancer completely with that, even though they were told there was no treatment for them. So yeah, it could well be, it's not going to be the killer that it was even 5 years ago. So it's all cancers. The treatment's fantastic, and that's why I think it's important to raise money for these charities that go towards supporting the investigation and finding new ways of treating it. And thanks to Gary, who pointed out, yes, the robot was lost in space. That's what I couldn't remember. So he messaged me, SMS, and told me that. Thanks. Cheers, Mark. G4OCP from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from G4OCP. Very well done, Andrew. I'll make this my final. But excellent stuff. Very, very well done indeed. I only have one word of advice, really, to John, G3ZJZ. Don't let sleeping dogs lie. In other words, make a real pain of the arse of yourself. Keep pushing. Unfortunately, it's only the noisiest people that seem to get heard. So if you don't hear anything, go and camp outside the GP surgery. Okay, take care all. Very well done indeed. I'm certain you'll reach your target, and I'm certain you'll reach more than your target. Thank you, Andrew. Much appreciated. Really great net tonight. This is G4OCP, signing clear. Cheers, Andrew.
G4OCP, GB8PCA, thank you very much indeed, Steve. And I think there was somebody there calling. If you just hold on for a few more, we'll be at the bottom of the list and I'll call other stations in. 7-3 to you, Steve. Thanks for joining this evening. That's another pound in the pot. G3 Whiskey Golf Echo, Keith, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, G3 Whiskey Golf Echo. Yeah, it's been an excellent net. It's been very nice to listen to, not just your views, of course, there, Andrew, but hear everybody else's stories as well. And the sheer openness of the net has been great. Lovely to hear the different stories, and we need to take them to heart, don't we? That's the secret. Thank you very, very much, Andrew. You keep up the good work, and we look forward to having an eyeball QSO before too long. I'll make this my final, so wish you and everyone else on the net the very best 73. And GB8PCA and G3 Whiskey Golf Echo.
G3 Whiskey Golf Echo, GB8PCA, thank you very much, Keith, and 7-3 to you. Thank you very much for joining the net this evening. M7SDA, Albury. Wasn't going to do a round of finals, but people are dropping off, so maybe it will be. But Mark's there, and I know he's going to call me with the club call sign as well. GB8PCA, over to you, Albury.
GB8PCA from M7SDA. Yeah, I will make this the final. Well, I'd like to thank you so much, Andrew, for being quite sort of blunt, really. And I think that is the best way to get it over. Be blunt with people. You know, tell them how it is, not to sort of fluff it up and well, it might be okay, it might not. You know, go and get these things tested. Slightest thing like Dorothy's going to get hers sorted, so that'll be okay. So yeah, can't thank you enough, Andrew. Yeah, it's really, really great, fantastic what you're doing. Much appreciated, and everyone thinks so much of you. I do know that. GB8PCA M7SDA.
Oh, stop it, you made me cry. Thanks, Aubrey, and, well, I couldn't do this without everybody joining, otherwise it's just been me talking to myself and waving to nobody on YouTube, so I very much appreciate everyone's support and donations that have been made. So, thanks, Aubrey. I've got you at 59 signing. Dorothy, M0LMR, and just remind me again, when did you say you were going to have your lump and bump removed? From GB8PCA.
GB8PCA M0LMR return, is it 25th? Yeah, 25th this month, next Thursday it is, yeah. It's not a lump and bump, that's what it was. It's like a grazing, a flat area on the skin sort of thing. I thought, oh, it's just, getting old, going through that stage and, for menopause, etc. And so, oh, yeah, skin does these things, thought nothing of it. And it's like I say, when Andrew and Richard both said, my Andrew and Richard both said, that's what's that on your face. Well, it's always been there for, well, not always been, it's been about 3 or 4 years sort of thing. And that's what made me think, well, I'll get in contact with my doctor then. Because if you're both saying it's changed, then there's something, or you're seeing it now, obviously something's different. So that's what I've gone to, and that's, there you go. So I'll be getting it done next Thursday on the 25th. But yeah, well done, Andrew. Absolutely proud of you. Done a fantastic job doing this. You put a lot of hard work into this, and we're really amazed how well you've done this. You've done a very, very good job indeed. And of course, it's not finished yet. I think we're doing Sunday. You'll go up to Gallywood, I think it is. So we'll definitely be along to that to support you again, because you're doing a fantastic one. As you say, if it helps one person, it did with me, to be honest. Because of you went to the doctors early. I thought, yeah, I'm going to go as well, sort of thing. Because of you, I did go earlier than I probably would have done. I might have to think, I'll get round to it. But because of you, went early, got it sorted, less problems is why I went as well. So in a way, you helped me in that sense. And so well done, Andrew. Fantastic work you're doing. Absolutely brilliant. It's very interesting there, and it's good to get everyone talking, isn't it? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Well done. 73 from me. Yes, we enjoyed it. Take care. Best wishes, and we'll come and support you on Sunday. 73 from now, anyway. GB8PCA M0LMR.
M0LMR GB8PCA, thank you very much, Dorothy. Kind words, and glad that it's getting sorted next week. So my thoughts go to you as well for that. I'm sure it'll be fine, and done and dusted, it'll be like, oh, what was that all to worry about? But there we go. Like you say, good to get it checked. And, yep, thanks for the kind words. Although, before I carry on, that's good timing for me, bit of self-promotion, well, that's all I've done for the last hour, is this Sunday is going to be the final GB8PCA event. So we will be at Gallywood Common, the usual spots where I normally go portable, with a bunch of other people. So yeah, we'll be there from, I think we're going to do 11 till 3ish. I will probably be there a bit earlier because I want to get there earlier, get set up and have a play and see if I can get a pile up again. So probably from 11 and 11:30, if you're free, pop along the usual spots by the Horse and Groom pub and come along and say hello, have a chat. I don't know whether it's going to rain or not. Yeah, we'll if it's going to be terrible weather, we might switch over to the Hackspace because obviously it's an indoor event and there's facilities and things there. But the idea was that we're going to try. We did one, or we've done a couple at the Hackspace. We wanted to do. I wanted to do one at Gallywood as well. So we'll see how we go. Right, enough waffling for me. M0JBY from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA. This is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee. Yeah. All I can say, Andrew, is thanks for waking me up about these things, and though I haven't got anything, as I said before, but it has given me a shock and woken me up, not shock as such, but give me a wake-up call to pay more attention to things. Though at the moment everything seems okay, legs still attached, head still on, and arms still attached. But it's worth being reminded about various things, you know, because you do tend to let them slip and forget about them until somebody says, oh, such and such a thing. And there again, Andrew, thanks very much for doing the net and bringing all this subject up to everybody. And best regards. This is Mike 0 Julia Bravo Yankee, returning to GB8PCA.
M0JBY, GB8PCA. Thank you very much, Elliot. And yep, as I say, PCA, prostate cancer awareness, just awareness of all these things. So as I say, job done if it's helped one person. And yeah, any more information, as I've said to everybody, go and have a look at the Prostate Cancer UK website. Lots of useful information and guides and follow-up information and contact numbers and things you can use on there. Thanks very much for joining this evening, Elliot. That's another pound in the pot. Very much appreciated your support. M0JOZ, GB8PCA. Over to you, Joe.
GB8PCA from M0JOZ. Well, one thing you have done tonight, Andrew, and each time you've used the call sign is got guys talking, which is what it's all about. Men just don't talk about things like this, so they don't talk about their health and what they should be talking about and what they should be doing about. So all power to your elbow for making that happen. I work in the Department of Health, and that's one of the things that we're trying to do is get men talking about their health issues. So glad it's been a success, and if we can hear you on Sunday, we'll certainly try and work you on the station if we can. So 7-3, and good luck with the next event. GB8PCA from M0JOZ.
M0JZ, GB8PCA. Fantastic to hear that, Joe. If you ever need somebody to come along as a man that's gone through some health issues and talk to anybody, or you want to use any of the information that's on my website around prostate cancer and my story, please feel free to do so. Just reach out to me. QRZ emails there, and Gary's got my number anyway, so if that would help, then I'm happy to help. But thank you for your help and joining the net this evening. As I say, that's can't do it if other people don't join, so appreciate it. Thanks very much, Joe. Nigel has signed because he hasn't got enough batteries. Hi. We'll have to buy him a set of AA batteries for his birthday now. Gary, M5YRG, over to you for a final from GB8PCA.
GB8PCA. I'm just laughing about M5YRG, just after that AA comment. Very funny. I'd like to see how long his radio lasts on AA in probably 2 seconds. But as Joe said and everyone else says, thanks for bringing awareness and stuff like that. It is a sensitive subject for many people, and you have done a fantastic job doing that. And I will keep it short, because it's the second space for me as well. You're an S9 to me on the input as well, and so Nigel was cracking from Colchester, even though his batteries were dying. Hopefully we'll both speak to you over the weekend, guys, because as Joe has mentioned there, we will be going up portable, so I'll be going to do a combination 270 and DMR and Joe HF as usual. 73s, GB8PCA, M5YRG.
M5YRG, GB8PCA, thank you very much, Gary. And I'm running, I was just looking, 2.5 watts into the little linear amp, which is 60 watts, so it's, what's that, quarter of that, 15 probably, 15, 18 watts, something like that. Not a huge amount, and I'm just looking at the voltage on the battery, 12.94, which is perfectly fine for a, what am I pulling? 34 watts is how much power I'm pulling through the battery, so, yeah, maybe 18 of that, 15, half of that going out the antenna. Anyway, there we are. Right, thanks, Gary. I'm waffling now. So, next on my list, M7KTT, Peter. Thanks for joining this evening, and pass it to you for a final from GB8PCA.
Brixton. GB8PCA from M7KTT. Okay, Andrew, yes, well...
Breaking knowledge.
What everybody else has said, actually, you've done a remarkable job, really, and you still are, so... I possibly can't get up on Sunday, but I'll try and call in if I can. But just one thing, it's already been said, us blokes, we're hopeless at, going to the doctor when things are wrong, but in my experience, the GPs at the moment don't make it easy. It's very difficult to get on an appointment, it's all telephone appointments. I mean, I haven't seen a GP for at least 2 years. It's absolutely ridiculous, really. In fact, I've changed doctors recently because I got so fed up with the surgery I was with. So, and just one other thing about cancer, skin cancer. I ignored a couple of moles, and they were cancerous. I had them removed, luckily in time. But that's something else. Especially with this hot weather we've had, if people have been outside sunning themselves, have a good look at any moles or anything that have changed colour or changed shape, have got bigger, get them checked out, because it's just as bad. You can just as easily die of a little tiny mole on your arm or your head or wherever than you can from prostate cancer. So, right, enough waffle from me. As I say, well done, Andrew, keep up the good work, and I hope you recover 100%. So, back to you from M7KTT. 7-3 all, have a good weekend.
Break station.
This is GB8PCA acknowledging the break station. I've got 2 more call signs and then we'll be at the bottom and we'll do a final quick call in. So if you could just hold on for 2 more and then I'll be at the bottom of my list. Thanks very much, Peter. And you know how to get hold of me if you ever just want to have a chat. G7OED, Richard for your final. GB8PCA.
GB8PCA, G7OED returning here. Thanks very much. It's been a good night, and we'll see you on Sunday. If you're at Gallywood, we'll see you at Gallywood. If it's raining and you go to Hackspace, we'll see you at Hackspace. And we'll get in the log again, get another pound out of your pocket before we actually enter the place. Pound each. And we'll see you on Sunday. Take care, have a good one, and it's been a good night. Darby actually allowed me to hold the microphone, so it's a very good night. G7OED saying 73-12.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, I always forget when I hear you on the radio, Richard. Is it your birthday? Hi. G7OED, GB8PCA. Thank you very much indeed, and we'll see you on Sunday. G3ZJZ, last on the list before we call in that break station. GB8PCA.
Andrew from GB8PCA from G3ZJZ. Yeah, thank you very much for what you're doing, and thank you for the comments that have been made, or comment. I don't think I'll be camping outside the GP surgery, but I'll certainly be making some phone calls on Monday and see if I can rattle the cage a little bit I've had no complaints with the hospital other than the urology department being a little bit slow. The oncologist who did the radiotherapy is a wonderful man, and he's certainly chasing them up and getting things moving. So nice to know. Right, 7-3s everybody, thank you for running the net, and G3ZJZ is now clear.
Brilliant, thanks very much, John. 7-3 to you. GB8PCA, listening for that break station.
I actually have two break stations for you, so I'll answer first. It's Andy M0IXY in Basildon. Well done, Andrew. I've not been able to monitor because I've been doing some RayNet teaching tonight. Yeah, very well done, and I hope you raised awareness and also some money for the charity. It's one of those silent killers. So I'll drop carrier now, and if you would like to call in the second break station, that'll be great.
M0IXY, GB8PCA, thank you very much, and I've no points for guessing who the next one is. GB8PCA listening.
GB8PCA from M7LCS. Andrew, it sounds as if you've had a fantastic net this evening. I do hope you've had a lot of supporters. Not only has Andrew been doing RayNet teaching, but we've had our kitchen ripped out today, so we are actually heroes to be still standing and able to talk. But thank you very much for everything you're doing for a fantastic cause, and I do hope people have dug deep. This is our first and final, I would say, so 73s to you and to everybody who's been with you this evening. Thank you. M7LCS out.
M7LCS, GB8PCA, thank you very much. Got you in the log. That is another £1 I will donate. So we're up to £117 for the QSOs, which is, what, 14 this evening? 15? I'll have to do the numbers. Thank you very much. I'll say 7-3 to both you and Andy, and thank you for making the effort to come on, even after you've had your kitchen ripped out. Sounds like you need a general for that one. Hi. Right, that is the bottom of the list. Let's just do one final call. Anybody else that would like to get on the log? You won't have to have. We haven't got much time for another QSO, but or for another big over. But if you want to get your name on the log and your call sign on the log, to cost me £1. This is Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha, prostate cancer awareness listening.
X-ray 0, Tango Romeo Golf, costing you £1.
Okay, cheers Mark, GX0TRG, thank you very much, and thank you very much to the club once again for letting me run this evening with the call sign. I think there was another station there as well. Was there anybody else calling, please?
0, Papa Sierra X-ray.
M0PSX, thank you very much, Pete. That's another £1 in the pot. Very nice to hear you calling up this evening, 2015, UTC. Anybody else, please?
M1AMY.
M1AMY, thank you very much indeed. Again, I got you on the list. That is another £1 added. Anybody else like me to donate on their behalf by having a quick queue? So GB8PCA listening.
7 Golf Foxtrot Kilo.
M7 Golf Foxtrot Kilo, thank you very much. I've got you from GB8PCA. Anybody else? Okay, fantastic. Well, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Brilliant, which takes us over the 120 mark, which saves Mark. And that's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed to everybody who joined the net this evening, the Thames Amateur Radio Friday Night Net. Huge thank you to the club, both for their donation and also for allowing me to use my special event call sign and not the club call sign this evening. I believe, I'm not sure Mike did sign. Let's just see if Mike did or didn't sign, and then it will be Mark for the finals. Final. GAEFG, in case you were still there, Mike, GB8PCA.
GB8PCA from GAEFG. 73 to you. Well done, Andrew. You may have broken the TARG net for the number on the net tonight. So 73 is you, and may get out to Gallowwood on Sunday. GB8PCA, G8EFG.
GB8EFG, thank you very much indeed. 19 I've just counted, so it's a fantastic number, and more money in the pot. £121 now, it's brilliant. Thank you very much, and 7-3 to you. Mark, that leaves finally a huge thank you from me to you, and the final to you. M0IEO from Golf Bravo 8, Papa Charlie Alpha.
GB8PCA from Mike 0 India Echo Oscar. Well done, Andrew. Excellent work. I make that 21, including your good self. And if I may, just a quick one. Good evening to Peter, M0PSX. Long time no hear, Peter. Anyway, excellent work, Andrew. That makes 21 quid, and you've still got the 8 coming from me. I'll round that up to a 10, and you got the 50 from TARG as well. So there you go. You're doing well. You're on the way to the 1,000. Wow, soon get there. With that, I'll wish you 7 throws for now, Andrew, and we'll hope to catch up with you very, very soon. Back to you, GB8PCA from GX0. From Mike 0. Mike 0 India Echo Oscar. Got too many call signs going on here. Over.
That's okay, Mark. Yeah, I keep saying M and then going, no, I'm GB8PCA. I've got to remember to go back to my M after this month. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mark. I'm very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm putting that at, it's got to be over, it's over the £910. I don't know how much is in the little tin yet, because it's sealed up. I won't open that until we finish on Sunday, and then I'll cash that in and add the money onto the Just Giving page. But we're going to do £1,000 easy. I think we're going to get there organically, and quite honestly, I'm going to round it up to that because we're over the 900 quid definitely by now. So, listen, everybody, appreciate your time this evening joining me. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you all a great evening and weekend. If you are around, as I say, we will be. I will be up at the Gallywood Common. From 11 o'clock on Sunday. Anyone's welcome to come along and say hello, and I'll put details and the location on the QRZ page in case anybody's not familiar with that location. Thank you to everybody that watched on YouTube. This has been a fun event to do as well, with the dual cameras and things, and there we are. This is GB8PCA signing and saying 7-3 everyone. Bye-bye.
7 threes, Andrew. Good luck and well done, mate. Excellent job. Mike 0, India Echo Oscar, now going QRT.
Did you want a list or have you got one? I think you said.